Rebecca Monyei, and you are listening to the Nollywood Spotlight Show on Nollywood Radio France. And of course, with me is a very talented, wonderful editor, Cyprian Jusson. Cyprian, tell the audience where you're located.
Thank you very much, Rebecca. I'm in a wonderful city called Chartres, and it's 100 kilometers away from Paris. So, Rebecca, what are you going to tell us today?
Oh my goodness. I don't even know how to react to this. I'm shocked is the word. It's just, I can't believe this is going on in Nigeria. We just ended a show where I was saying things like this occur in Hollywood. I just grew up in such a sheltered life. I didn't know stuff like this happens in Nigeria. But, Tonto DK, you're not the only one who put it under the bus right now. Where we have Chika Ike on the spotlight right now. So, this story is from NinjaFilms.com, so go ahead and check it out. Again, the website is NinjaFilms.com. And the headline says, Bazaar, Nollywood actress Chika Ike's amazing bisexual lifestyle see partners list. And I was like, I'm sorry, did I just read bisexual? Are you serious? What? I couldn't believe it. So let me read you the article. It says, beautiful Nollywood actress Chika Ike shortcut a picture of a scandal-free lady and always preaches to be a born-again Christian on her Facebook wall, even though tongues have been wagging as to the real reason her 5-year-old marriage to the boardroom Tony Eberry crashed. It might look like one of those Nollywood make-believe stories, but people close to Chika Nancy Ike are swearing to high heaven that the evil-born lady does anything for money, including seeing men and allegedly same sex. The dependable source who drew our attention to the fact that no sooner Chika stormed out of her marriage of 5 years than she began making millions of naira. Super, what do you think about that? I mean, there's so much more in this article because Chika Ike hasn't made any other movie since 2011. Where is the money coming from?
Rebecca, first of all, my first reaction will be that I like her. She's smart. She's a smart lady. That's number one. And again, this is why the tabloids are chasing her, because they know they've got a reserve of materials, source of information to fill in their pages. Yes, she's going on a private life. I don't know if it's alleged or true. Nobody can say, nobody can verify what the tabloids are saying. But at the same time, brings us to the story of same-sex marriage. What we said, we talked about that last week in our podcast. Now, in Nigeria, that means the law is not effective if such things are being published. What we have today.
The thing is, Cyprian, she's not the one saying that she's going out with her manager. This is the tabloid. This is the magazine.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
We researched it. We investigated. We have someone on her tail stalking and following and taking pictures. And we have evidence that she might be. Again, it's alleged. It's not fact.
Yes, this is.
The article.
Yeah. the tabloids go on rumor, and again, she helped the tabloids for the fact that she went to Dubai and sent her pictures everywhere, post her pictures everywhere on the internet. That's what I call carelessness. Why not go quietly to Dubai and then come back quietly and nobody will know where you've been to? You see, I said I like her for one point is because she's the founder of Help a Child Foundation.
Right.
So can I call her Robin Hood in the Nigerian way? I don't know her really. See, it's just the image the personality, her personality, and what the tabloids are saying. But you know, you don't have to blame the tabloids also, because this is a company that feeds, that manages gossip. That's their business, is gossip. You see, so now it brings us again to the question of tradition in Nigeria. Now the tradition, things are changing completely. We now, for some years, many years ago, we were not talking about equality, we were not talking about lesbians in Nigeria. Or now we can now talk about that openly. Is it because we are advancing? I think these are indications of the change we have in Nigeria now, or it has been hidden for a very long time, that people they were not bold to talk about all these issues, you know, to handle them as we are talking today. You see, so now I have nothing to say about people living a private life, whether you live in same sex or you're not living. From my point of view, from France, we see it quite differently. It's their private problem, you see. But where I'm very interested in this lady is her foundation. I think that's a good point, you see. So how do you see that, Rebecca?
You know, let me get the facts out there. Mm-hmm. Number one, this story on NigerFilms.com was coiled from the National Esquire magazine. So this is not actually a magazine who actually printed the original story out.
Okay.
You know, it wasn't just a tabloid, it's a respected magazine.
Okay.
Now, the facts of the story is Chika Ike stopped and hasn't done any other movie since 2011. She has a multi-million-dollar fashion and accessory store in Abuja. Mm-hmm. She is going on multi-million naira trips, spending weeks and weeks in Dubai, one of the most expensive cities to stay in. Mm-hmm. In Dubai.
Yeah.
And the question is, where is she getting this money from? Now, before I actually even explain how I feel about the whole situation in this article, let me talk about the facts about Chika Ike.
Okay.
Now, and the importance of this fact and how this story actually affects her image. So, on Wikipedia, it says Chika Ike is an entrepreneur, CEO of Fancy Collections, and a philanthropist. She is a UN ambassador for a refugee ambassador for displaced persons, founder. She is also the founder of Help a Child Foundation. And in addition to that, she actually went to college and graduated in human kinetics and health education from the University of Unilag, University of Lagos, UN Unilag. So she graduated from the University of Lagos, abbreviated Unilag. So she's an educated person. She's very educated. She's well traveled. She's been to the United States. She's been to Dubai, as this article states on here. In addition to that, on Wikipedia it says Chika Ike on Sunday, December 15th, 2013, honored with a Nollywood Fashion Icon of the Year Awards for Fancy Collection at the Connoisseur Magazine Nigeria Fashion Recognition Awards 2013, which was held at the Tony Lounge in Victoria Island, Lagos, Nigeria. This information is on Wikipedia, ladies and gentlemen. Go and check it out. So, you have this information that Chika Ike is a well-respected person, even by the UN, the United Nations. She's an ambassador for them. And then you see this other story showing her flashing the fact that she's in Dubai, she's shopping from one mall to another for her fashion store. The question is, where did you get the money from?
Okay, based on the story we have, you know, this is our source. She must have got one or two sugar daddies. That's what they call that in Nigeria, those that wire her money. You see, so, yeah.
One or two sugar daddies, right?
Yeah,
you can't help but think that.
Yes,
true.
yes, based on the information we have, you see. So if the information is verified and it is true, that was why I called her Robin Hood, because eventually she's helping. She didn't forget the poor children in Nigeria. You see, I think anybody that visits Africa will be hit by poverty. You know, a good number of my friends, that even the whites or others that go to Africa, not only Nigeria, they are shocked to see the poverty. Even some of my students that went to Senegal, when they came back, they looked around and say, we are very lucky to be in your class or to be here, you see. So I think Chika Ike, remembering that got me somehow, because I'm very sensitive, very emotional when it comes to such aspects of helping one another. And this is one of the aims we are here on earth, you see. So, but anyway, we will not forget the issue of having sugar daddies, because she's not the only one that has got sugar daddy in Nigeria. You see, there are so many girls because of poverty again, and again we have to make sure we get there by all means, you see. Right. So when you're in that type of society where people are comparing with each other, competing with each other, you need to do something to get to the top. Unlike here, you can have your millions, we don't care. You see, the next person, your door neighbor can be a millionaire, he's in jeans. There's no competition of cars here. There are no competition of the best clothes. There are no fashionable something that you will steal to go and buy it. I think this is the problem. The race is a rat race to get material wealth, acquire as much as possible to show off.
Show off. That's the thing.
Yes.
That's the thing.
Is it? But
you could be on the train in New York with Rihanna, the musician, riding the train, public transportation.
Yes, nobody
together.
cares. Yes.
And even in Illinois, sorry to cut you off, Secret. I remember when I was working at a bank in Illinois, there was this very old lady. This was in my own bank, by the way. I was just going into a bank. And this lady would walk into the bank. I mean, she's old, you know. I never knew what was going on. But on this particular day, it's December, I believe December the 15th or something like that. She actually walked into the bank with a brown bag in her hand. And I was like, what's this lady doing? Bringing lunch for the tellers at her? This lady, the teller counted $120,000 in cash and put it in the brown bag. And that old lady walked out of the bank with a brown bag. She didn't drive home. She walked home.
Yeah.
And I was like, are you kidding me? This old lady that I thought she wasn't driving a fancy car. She wasn't wearing like the most expensive shoes. She didn't have Louis Vuitton or Christian Louis Vuitton. I mean, she didn't have nothing. She just looked normal. Regular jeans, regular shirt, wore a little jacket with a brown bag. Walked out of the bank with $125,000. That really is a picture of how America is. A lot of the times when we want to make a lot of money, it's not so necessary for us to show off, it's so we can live comfortably. That's really what it is all about. We just want to live comfortably. We don't want to have to struggle for anything, but not because we're competing with our peers to get to the top. I can see how, I mean, if let's say, for example, she actually was in a relationship with one government official, which it seems in Nigeria, only the government officials are the richest. Because anybody else has to go through the government officials to get their own cut of bread. And the government official would get a big pie, a huge chunk of that bread, you know? So the richest people tend to be in government. So let's say you are actually seeing one government official who is providing you with the things you need to survive. Why would you be seeing so many of them? And even if you guys read the article, it says she's seen both men and women. Yeah,
but there's a reason for that, Rebecca, because one will take care of the multi-million shop. The other one will take care of the car.
Wow.
The other one will take care of the clothes. The other one. So we still have a long way to get to the point where the Westerners are today. For example, I can give you an example. If I go to a restaurant with a French girl, or somebody living here, you pay your part, I pay mine. Never mind, we are friends. No, it's true.
What do they call that here? I forgot. There is a nickname, but when I remember, I went.
It's true.
It's so funny.
It's true. It's true. Yeah, but in Nigeria, should be waiting for you to pay. You see.
Right.
You say, a good number of bad boys who say, "Let me go to toilet." They leave the girl there.
Wow. And then she's stuck at the bill.
She's stuck at the bill.
Wow.
Oh, or some of them will say, "Oh, I forgot my credit card."
Yes.
Oh no! Can you pay? I will reimburse you.
I'm good for it. Oh my goodness.
So you can see that this is why. And then number two is that here we have social welfare. In a way, when I look at the problem from here, I'm not blaming people. I'm not going to throw even the first stone, because these guarantees are not there. So even when you grow old or when you are in need, who is going to help you? And this is a society where everybody is looking forward at the first in the family to cater for others.
Right.
Now they tell you,
I
look,
agree.
you see, they have to tell you, look at the other one that has just gone to Lagos. She's now building a house. Now you want to live a very honest life, but you cannot, for the fact that they are pushing you to join the bandwagon, to go on corruption, to take bribe, and make sure that you become like Dick and Harry, you see. So I think this is the problem why when we come back to the story of Ike, if they say she's got multi-billion shop or one, this is how the society is in Nigeria. That's the Nigerian society.
It's very sad though.
Yeah,
really
it is. It is.
That, and I'm a lot of the times I wouldn't count a lot of the celebrities in Nollywood into that. I know of someone who said there is one particular guy in this very expensive island in Nigeria where all the top celebrity girls, celebrity women would always go on vacation to that particular house, and it's not a location where people actually live in. It's just this one spot that all of them go to see each other, to mingle with each other, who are on the top of the food chain in Nigeria. It's a very secret society, I guess, but only the top Nollywood actresses know of that location and are part of that group. But stuff like this actually happens in there. This is where Chika Ike would be able to have connections to the governor. This is where she would be able to mingle with this type of people because she's part of that group. But it is still just sad for me to see that, we still are at this point. We haven't moved from this point where women are having to still sell themselves for sex in order for them to get money to become something in life. Her education isn't enough. Look at this lady with a human kinetic degree and a health education degree, and she's still having to do this. Upon all the movies that she's acted, upon all the things that she's done, she's at the end of the day, she still has to sell herself in order to make some money, in order to be able to fulfill her dreams. And it hurts me to think that. Honestly, I take that very seriously, and I can't believe Nigeria is still at that point. I hope that at some point we're moving from this, we're gradually getting away from that type of image, from that type of lifestyle, and really making a difference without having to do that.
Now, you see, this is why I like to watch Nollywood movies from here in France, you see. A good number of Nollywood movies I've watched captures this story. I've seen, it's not a surprise to me. You see, I'm not in Nigeria, but I've seen, if you see, I think there are so many movies where you see the senators and the girls depend on the sugar daddies and so on. So many movies now that are coming out. You
Right.
see, they are on the internet, and I don't know if they are the pirated ones. I think we have to talk about piracy in one of our
Yeah.
podcasts. You see, so
We do.
it shows, it pictures this issue of women having many sugar daddies. That's what they call it in the movies. So I think the Nollywood movies are doing great job again to reflect, to show the Nigerian society as it is. They are even historians if you want. You see,
Right.
and can we call them social
Yeah.
scientists? Social
They
scientists
are.
showing.
And somebody should collect those movies and actually track them.
You will understand the Nigerian society. When you watch all the movies shot in Nigeria, you will understand the society. And this is why the Nollywood movies are very, very important. And they tell the story exactly as it is, you see. So I at times I'm even surprised when they touch corruption completely and nobody are to arrest the director or the scriptwriter or something, which shows you again that there's a type of democracy to a certain extent, because
to a certain extent. And by the way, a lot of the times when those stories are told, you know, some government officials are also involved. You know, now I feel like usually when a government official is blaming someone for stealing, that's because they stole their own money. It's not because, you know, they literally stole money from the government, which it seems almost everybody in government, I don't know them, I have no affiliation with them, but at some point in time, I feel like some government officials take money that does not belong to them in one way, fashion, or another. They take advantage of that. You know,
a lot of corruption, and this corruption, we mentioned it earlier, it's due to competition. It's from it has affected everybody in Nigeria, and to the extent that you don't even know whether you are corrupted or not, or you are giving bribe or not. So it's a normal way of living, while there are still commissions, organizations that are taking care, and the police and whoever investigating people who are corrupt. So you don't know who is corrupt, or you see, and unfortunately is the little ones that go to jail, you see. So this is what we're saying. Coming back to Chika Ike, this is a country where if you are poor, you are dead. It's poverty. It's not something. Well, poverty anywhere in the world is not good, but compared to the type of life we're living here, you will understand that even if you are poor here, like what I've said, you will always have your daily bread. You see, you are really taken care of. So this is why you find a good number of girls, even boys. Everybody is on the rush for material things to protect themselves. When you look at it, you say, wow, there are no more values. There did not even moral values. It does not exist. You see, while we continue to talk about that every day, you see. So in that report, the report we are looking at, based on what that we based our conversation, talked about scandal of the two girls. You see, you know, in Nigeria, homosexuality and being a lesbian is a big scandal.
It is.
Yeah.
A huge one. Isn't there a law, 14 years imprisonment?
Yeah.
If you were caught to be bisexual, you know, and I don't see how, again, we're talking about publicists. I don't see how Chika Ike's publicist is allowing this on the internet.
Yeah.
Even in the magazine.
So it's rumor. We can say it's rumor that can never be proved. That's number one. And then we can always we can tell our listeners also that some people in France, for example, I wouldn't mention their names, are still against same-sex marriage, because during the time the president of France wanted to vote same-sex marriage here, many people came out saying that they don't like this type of marriage. You see, it's from the Catholic, the extremists, and the good number of Catholics say that it's not a normal marriage and so on. There was a lot of fight, but the government voted it because what the government is looking at is equality. You know, in here in the Western world, we are looking at the government is against discrimination and so on. But in Nigeria, I don't think. Maybe to correct what we said in our podcast, I think the point is based on tradition, like what you said. You could be in any type of religion, any type of tradition. Homosexuality is not accepted. You see, so I think based on that they voted the law. You see, you see.
So the law came into place to support tradition.
Yeah, it's to support tradition.
In here it says that Chika Ike actually has a sexual relationship with her manager and producer, because she put her in a movie. The last movie that she did, her manager's name on here, it says Saria Onyecho, but her stage name is Saria Donald. And he says that she actually won an award. Saria Donald won an award in 2013 called the Exquisite Lady of the Year Award in 2013 in the category of Manager and Producer of the Year. And she's a known lesbian in the industry. She's known, which means it's not a secret in the Nollywood community that she is a lesbian. And I think the fact that Chika went to Dubai with her, and the pictures she's posting on the internet are of the both of them in Dubai, hopping from one mall to another, going shopping. You know, it's very easy for the media to say that she is actually in a sexual or intimate relationship with the lady. Again, it's alleged.
Yeah, it's alleged because you cannot prove it. Very difficult, yeah. So how do we? How are you going to wrap up this conversation?
Well, my number one priority is the fact that we as women should respect ourselves. I feel that a lot of the times we don't get to hear a lot as much as we should, that we are beautiful, we have the ability to survive without, you know, lowering our self-esteem or lowering our beliefs or lowering our standard of understanding just to eat, you know, like giving ourselves away for sex and things like that just to have some money to eat. I don't think we should lower ourselves to that level. I think we're smart enough, we're powerful enough, we're educated enough to make a way without having to do that. And I feel that, you know, if you don't hear it a lot in Nigeria, if you don't hear it a lot outside the world, in Africa, I want you to know that you are powerful, you're beautiful, you're capable, you can meet ends meet without having to lay on your back to make money. And the fact that Chika Ike, I'm hoping that this is just a rumor, because there is no proof behind this. All we see are pictures, and the pictures that we see on here, which I'll also post on Nollywood Spotlight.blogspot.com, are of two beautiful ladies just having a great time. You know, there is nothing sexual about the image. They're not hugging, kissing, holding hands. They don't even have any shopping bags in this particular picture. I hope that it's just rumors and it's not real. But Chika Ike, as you can see, is a very influential lady. She has won several awards as an ambassador of the UN. She's an excellent contributor to children in Nigeria, and I really appreciate her for that. I think she's done a great job in that aspect. But I hope that she knows that she is really a role model, and this is not what, you know, younger generations need to see or read or hear about her. It matters to us what happens to her. She really is an influential individual in the Nollywood entertainment industry, even in Nigeria as a whole. She's a public figure. We see her that way here in Europe. That's why we're talking about her. So definitely keep that in mind, ladies, that you don't have to do that to survive. And if you've never been on that website, on this website before, go ahead and visit it. It's very important that you do, because everything that we talk about today, all the past shows that you've missed, coming up, shows that you want to catch, definitely go on that website. It's www.nollywoodradiofrance.com. Again, that website is www.nollywoodradiofrance.com. And also visit my blog. It's nollywoodspotlight.blogspot.com. On this blog, I will post the pictures that this particular online website has on there. I will post the pictures on my blog, so definitely check it out. And I do want to ask you guys some questions. I mean, what do you think about Chika Ike being bisexual? Like, is that an issue? What do you think about that? So I will have that question on Nollywood Spotlight.blogspot.com. We definitely want to hear from you.
You're listening to Nollywood Radio France. Thanks for listening.